frightening, ferocious science fiction film that incorporates many elements of the horror film. The cargo ship Nostromo heads back to Earth carrying its load. The crew members are awakened with orders from the Home Corporation, the real villain of the piece because it sacrifices people for discovery, to investigate a signal on nearby planet. They find a derelict ship containing a giant skeleton pilot and below a hatchery. In a terrifying sequence, John Hurt looks inside a pod and a creature attaches itself to his face. Against the advice of co-captain Sigourney Weaver, her debut, science officer Ian Holm lets Hurt come aboard. The creature on his face falls off, but a new creature bursts through his stomach and hides in the huge ship. It grows to enormous size and kills off the crew one at a time until only Weaver, her Ripley is a very strong character, is left to battle the indestructible creature. Ridley Scott's film is loved by many science fiction fans. It was an enormous hit, but despised by others. I find it underrated, an extremely scary, well-made, interesting film. It has been criticized for being a violent, big-budget ripoff of a cheap 50s SF film, It, The Terror from Beyond, but surely the basis for Dan O'Bannon's script was Dark Star, the comedy he co-wrote with John Carpenter. Although a comedy, it too dealt with the melancholia, claustrophobia, and irritation suffered by crews on long space voyages, had a female-voiced computer, and had a centerpiece in which O'Bannon, the actor, searched the ship for an escaped alien creature which kept jumping out and attacking him. Picture his first space film that has working-class heroes rather than scientists and astronauts flying a ship. I believe it is the first sci-fi film since Scream and Scream Again to advance creepy notion that scientists will have such egos they'll create scientist androids. Thanks to design work by H.R. Giger, Ron Cobb, and Michael Seymour, film is stunning. The alien is truly imposing, but also memorable are the vagina-like entrances to the derelict ship and the enormous skeleton pilot, as well as the old, uninviting, disheveled interiors of the Nostromo. The direction by Scott is as imaginative as it is properly manipulative. He builds tension by having characters talk in hushed tones, smoke incessantly, drink coffee, pace nervously, sweat, argue. He also manages to pull off bloodless killings because Hurt's death is so graphic he could leave the others to our imagination. Importantly, the final sequence during which Weaver does her famous strip realizes she's being observed by the alien and tries to outwit it is no letdown. Interestingly, Scott thought the creature was interested in Weaver's Ripley only as a host for its eggs, while Weaver believed it also had sexual designs on Ripley. Weaver also is the star of James Cameron's sequel. Cast also includes Tom Skerritt as the captain, Veronica Cartwright, Yaphet Kotto, Harry Dean Stanton.